All right, how's everybody doing? I hope everybody's enjoying their day so far. Before I begin, let me just give a mention to our sponsor, Ratchet Clothing. By now, everyone knows Ratchet is a clothing company out of the UK. I included some photos so you could see what they have. They have clothing for men, women, and children. I'll put a link down below and you could go check out their website. So I'm going to be speaking about a day where we had two incidents with the Bonannos and both of them weren't good. It had to do with myself and Johnny Sideburns, and I'll get to the story now. So Johnny Sideburns, who was a member of our crew, asked me to come meet him at his house. John lived in Howard Beach, so I left Long Island and headed to Howard Beach to go meet him. As soon as I got to his house, he started telling me about an ongoing sit-down that we were having with the Bonannos. This sit-down had been going on for years at this point. Basically, it was about two cousins. One was an associate to us, the Lucchese's, and the other guy was an associate to the Bonanno family. Both these cousins were having an ongoing argument over construction. So after listening to him talk for a little while, I was starting to get hungry. I said, John, come on, let's go to Gino's and get something to eat. Gino's was a pizzeria restaurant on Crossway Boulevard. It was about 3 blocks away from John's house, and we decided to walk there since it was a nice night. When we got to Gino's, we went all the way in the back where they had the tables, and we were going to get our table. And who was sitting there eating was Ronnie G, Giallanzo, and his wife. Ronnie G is a capo regime with the Bonanno family. Ronnie and I know each other since we were kids. I had met Ronnie officially as a friend in the life through Joey DiBenedetto. Joey DiBenedetto was another member of our crew. Johnny Sideburns, on the other hand, had never met Ronnie, so we excused ourselves from Ronnie's table that had his wife. We walked over to the side and I introduced Ronnie to John. No sooner did I introduce them did Johnny Sideburns start talking to Ronnie about this ongoing sit-down that we've been having with them. I was a little annoyed that he brought it up to Ronnie because this had nothing to do with Ronnie or his crew. While they were talking, a guy I knew called my name out and I walked over to his table to say hello. I talked for a little while. When I walked back over to Sideburns and Ronnie, I got there just in time to hear Ronnie call him a fucking liar. So let me just explain that for a minute. As friends, meaning inducted members in that life, one member cannot call another member a liar. Ronnie took it a step further by also cursing him in the process. After he did that, Ronnie looked at me, I looked at Johnny Sideburns. He said, "Did you hear what he just said?" I didn't know what to do. I just shrugged my shoulders. Ronnie shook my hand and went back to his wife at the table. I told Johnny Sideburns, "Come on, let's go sit down and have something to eat." After we ordered and we were waiting for our food, his face was bright red, and that's all he kept talking about is what Ronnie said to him. I kept telling him, "John, just forget about it." He said, "I'm never talking to that fucking moron again." He said he's just like his uncle. And who he's talking about is Ronnie's uncle is Vinny Asara, another capo regime with the Bonanno family. And I also know Vinny since I was very young. After that incident, I did happen to run into Ronnie the next day. He apologized for me what happened. I said, "Ronnie, why do you got to do something that you want to apologize for?" He says, "Oh, I'm not apologizing for what I said to him. I'm just apologizing that you had to witness it." So back to that night, Johnny Sideburns was still very upset. We ate our dinner, and while we were going out, I said to him, "John, why don't we go take a ride? It's a beautiful night out. Let's get some fresh air." He said it was a good idea, and on the way back to his house, we stopped at Ragtime, which is on the corner of Cross Bay, and we played some lotto numbers, and then we went to his house and got in my car. I started driving in the direction towards Woodhaven, and for those of you who know, I took Woodhaven Boulevard. So at one point on Woodhaven Boulevard, we were approaching the funeral parlor called Hillbrand. And we seen a whole bunch of guys standing around outside. Johnny Sideburns told me, pull over, pull over. So I pulled the car over and I said, "What's up?" He said, "Oh, it's Louie Restivo just passed away. Let's go in and pay our respects." Louie Restivo was another member of the Bonanno family who obviously had just passed away. But I turned around and said to John, "I'm not going in there dressed like this. John and I both were in jeans. I was in a t-shirt, literally a white t-shirt. I said, John, I'm not walking in there like this. We're going to embarrass ourselves. He said, no, don't worry about it. We'll go real quick. Nobody's going to notice us. So we got out of the car and we quickly dashed into the place without seeing the guys outside. When we walked to the room that Louie Restivo was being held in, the room was jam-packed with people. We weren't standing there 2 seconds when everyone in the room turned around and was looking at us. And Johnny Sideburns turns to me and said, let's get the fuck out of here. So when we get back in my car, he turns around and says to me, that was so embarrassing. Look at the way we're fucking dressed. I said, what did I tell you, John? He said, I know, I should have listened to you. We left all the way back to his house. I know a lot of times I talk about Johnny Sideburns and a lot of it is not favorable towards him. However, we did have a lot of laughs and that night was one of them. Well, I hope you enjoyed the story and I hope maybe you got a laugh out of it. I want to thank everyone for subscribing. If you have not subscribed to this channel, you could do so down below. If you would like to subscribe to my other channel, Unlimited Substance Podcast, I'll put a link for that down below as well. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. Drink your water, take your vitamins, stay healthy. Until the next time, ciao for now.